suspension of the U.S. de minimis on August 29th, really all lanes coming into the U.S. will be impacted in a similar fashion. Although we do have the USMCA, formerly known as NAFTA, which provides a 0% duty rate on certain commodities, now this will require formal entry in all cases, so even this will incur brokerage charges. So when considering the types of platforms that will be most impacted by this de minimis change, it's really going to be those platforms that are geared more towards the transactional or inexperienced shipper, as well as those platforms that only offer DDU or delivery duty to unpaid, and that's where the recipient has to pay for the duties, taxes, and brokerage charges. In either case, there are going to be more package holds and other exceptions. And in the case of transactional shippers, it's more likely to have inaccurate or incomplete customs details submitted, often due to the inexperience of the shipper shipping internationally. And then on the DDU side, you'll often see some sticker shock with the duties and taxes that these recipients now have to pay, and therefore they may refuse the shipment, which will be an additional cost to the shipper. So those are some of the things that we'll have to be on the lookout for. So of course, we're going to be monitoring the situation very closely to assess the impact of these de minimis changes, not only on our volume and revenue, we're also going to see if our customs holds materially increase, the number of support tickets increase, and then we're also going to be tracking our DDU versus DDP volume to see if more of our partners shift their volume over to DDP to provide a better experience for the end consumer. I actually got a funny story about how our second daughter was named Evelyn. My wife and I took a short vacation to New York City right before we were going to have our second daughter, and we went to a live taping of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And before the show, he takes questions from the audience. And I actually raised my hand and he chose me. And I asked him to choose between our final two names that we narrowed it down to, either Evelyn or Charlotte. He humorously tried to convince us to name her Stephanie, after Stephen Colbert, of course. But eventually he decided to recommend Evelyn after his wife, who we knew was named Evelyn because she's often on the show. And actually he had his wife, Evie, come out on stage, and they congratulated both of us. And then after the show, a lot of audience members came up to us and congratulated us. So it was a pretty cool experience, a story we'll definitely remember for our lifetime.